Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. Just a me and Reese and I special, but we're actually gonna have it as a bit of a year review. We probably should have done this like last week, and
Yeah.
then done it at the end of 2024. That would have made more sense. But also coming out with a big fat quiz of the year, which was my idea. And I'm going to get different teams. I'm going to host. I'm going to get different teams. Again, we should have done that at the end of last year. That would have made more sense, but we haven't. So, Happy New Year, everyone. It is currently the 2nd of January. So, this is the first pod of 2025. We're going to do a bit of a year review and then just go through some questions. So, first of all, mate, how's your year been? Not this year, last year.
Been great, mate. Two
This
days.
year has been pretty good. Yesterday was good.
Yeah, yes, it was really good to be fair. Way better than today. I mean, I haven't even trained today, so yeah.
Me neither.
But no, yeah, my last year. Do you want to know something mental that I actually thought? This is our fifth year doing this podcast.
Did we do it? Did we start it in 2020? Are you sure?
It was lockdown, wasn't it?
Let me have a look. You carry on talking. I don't
Yeah.
think we did start it in 2020.
Maybe it was 2021. Maybe I think it actually probably was 2021. But I think we spoke about it in 2020. So this podcast has been like in our minds for 5 years, which is absolutely crazy. I said to a few people when Finn was around for New Year's, it is closer to 2030 than it is 2019, which is like really really scary. Like time is a very strange thing, and I feel like the last like few years have gone really fast. But I also think that's because we're probably both doing what we love, and I feel like I've said this to like a lot of like clients when it comes to like every year you should be aiming to do more. And I think like if I look probably since 2020 2021, that was when I'd say I became like an adult. Like we both were like actually doing what we do now, and there was like less change because from like 2017 to 2018 we were both probably uni or college working, like maybe you would probably working like next or whatever. Then 2019 to 2020 obviously like lockdown, and then since like 2020 2021 that's like what we actually started doing what we've been doing. So it's quite cool to look back upon like what we've done every year in order to like progress, you know.
So I've got the first podcast up in the background.
Hmm.
Guess the date.
I'm gonna say it's 2021, but I'm gonna say it's like I reckon it would have been before I started. No, maybe during prep. I'm gonna say like March 13th is what hits my head. That's the date that just randomly comes into me. 2021.
It was the 9th of April, 2021.
I really wasn't that far off then.
No. We look very young as well, mate.
What about?
Especially you. Like my hair looks a bit weird, but yeah, we do look young. Go back, guys, if you want. It's on my YouTube. It's not on this. It's not on this channel. It's on my own channel. So if you want to go and check that out, go and check it out. Make sure you
Oh yeah,
subscribe.
you uploaded them, didn't you? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The first however many are on mine.
yeah, I remember that actually. Fair enough. That was weird to think. Even then, like 4 years, like soon to be 4 years of actually doing the podcast. And actually, we spoke about this in 2020 when we were training because we were like, probably should just do a podcast where we just chat about what we do when we're
Yeah.
training.
And
And then
now
here
just
we
keep
are.
it up.
Yeah, I know
Now just
exactly.
keep it up.
Yeah,
I want you
the only
the
times we've stopped,
what
Finn,
do
the only times we've stopped, mate, is due to you prepping and you just having your life fall apart.
yeah, it's hard when
Yes.
I literally carry the podcast, mate. So when I'm not in the best space mentally, it's a bit hard for me to keep doing the podcast because I have to
Fair enough.
carry it.
Drop some respect for Finn's mental health in the comments below, please.
What do you reckon to
What?
the? Do you like the mocker?
Yeah, what's that, mate? Do you want to speak about that? Congrats, bro.
Oh,
As we said before, nothing actually changes, just a new name. So,
no, the thing is, what is quite cool is that it is changing. So the main change is obviously that it's not just myself and Noah anymore. It's also Josh, part of Natural Physique Coaching, and then opposing coach will be announced in the coming days as well. So that's cool. A bodybuilding and classic physique opposing coach. So they're the main changes, but then we're also basically like bringing out like we're going to call it the Natural Physique Hub. So it's like a client portal where like loads of informative content's going to be training videos. So like training videos that I would usually put on YouTube will go onto there. Maybe like 2 to 4 weeks before I'd put them on YouTube, things like that. We're going to do a podcast that will go on there, and then we'll release like one of those each month onto like YouTube or Spotify, but they'll be like weekly on there, so like our clients get like exclusive content, and then can ask questions like basically as if it's like a Q&A and stuff. going to do more meetups as well. Got the first one on the 18th of January, which is literally only 2 weeks away, which is pretty scary because that's come around very quick. Obviously, different logo, different clothing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is like as much as right now, like it's been a lot of work to get to just this point, and then it all just feels like, oh, you know what I mean? It's like it's been great. Don't get me wrong. Like the response has been awesome. Like we've got quite a lot of new applications. Like clients are excited about it and stuff. But it's also just like because I've put so much time and effort and focus into it. Now that it's like announced, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? It's like anything. It's like anticlimactic. It always is.
Well, I mean, it's not like as I said, as much as it's cool to like. I feel like it was eventually we spoke about Josh being on board with you for ages. Like that was again something you probably spoke about maybe even before you competed last year. Like that was like something that you thought about, and like even when we were in like Vegas where we spoke about it and stuff like that, and you were always like, I don't think he would because obviously he's doing his stuff, and it makes sense with kind of how it's gone. But also like collectively, nothing actually changes from like the actual basics. Like the
No,
people that go to you
if
still
anything,
would have gravitated towards you as a coach. You know, I
yeah,
also I will say, and this is just me being the slightly pessimistic, maybe non-biased version. The people that do get drawn to stuff like that usually are people that they just see something new and it's like, oh, it's cool, and you might get some really good clients. But it also wouldn't surprise me if it's like anything. The hype is high. People are going to go,
yeah.
this is sick, and then they actually get into it and they're like, oh, it's actually just me signing up the coach, which it is, you know.
No, it is. But we want it to be like more value than most people would just get from a coach. So like most
Yeah,
people will sign up to a coach, they will probably hear from them once a week
yeah,
and that's it. Whereas like with us, obviously even with you, like I'll chat with a lot of my clients throughout the week through training feedback. But then on top of that, we're gonna have like that portal where there's just like more access and a bit more of like a community kind of feeling where rather than it just being like I get one check in a week. It's
yeah.
like you actually have access to like what we're doing, what other clients are doing, seeing other clients' progress on there because we'll have like case study videos and things like that.
I think
Maybe getting clients to do like training videos and put them on there, you know, like so like where they put them on YouTube, you put them on there as well, like that kind of thing. So it's just like a bit more than like just being coached. It like it feels as though like you
Oh,
actually
mate,
get
the community
more.
aspect, like, I think it's something that we probably don't actually put too much importance on because we've always just done it ourselves. Like, we've always just like been like, we train together, we train on our own, that's it. But like, my guys, since Jacob obviously came on board, I've said to him, like, he does like lift of the week, which goes into lift of the month, and then the lift of the month winner wins a supplement, so like a free supplement. Jacob will do like Team Our Fit, like breakdown, like videos on Loom where he'll go through different topics and stuff like that. And he's got like a massive list, and it kind of just creates that sort of like the amount of clients that I don't think would care. Like, I've had guys from the States that are just like, they've never mentioned anything to me in the group chat. They've never commented, and they're like, "Yo, bro, really cool to see all the guys training hard. Like, it motivates me. Want
Yeah,
to do this. Like, one day I'm going to submit my lift of the week." And I'm like, "Bro, you're fucking a lot stronger than these guys. Send it through." But it kind of has that sort of like community feel because bodybuilding, as cool as it is, like I think there's certain people like we can just get on with it. Like we were doing it before. Like I'd say we were posting when social media wasn't like really popular. It wasn't cool to be a bodybuilder. Like we'd post and you'd get like the piss taken out of you by your mates because you're like, oh, fucking showing off and stuff like that. And I think nowadays, like that sort of community aspect, especially with our demographic of like what 18 to probably like 25-year-olds, they probably like really like that. So yeah, I'd
yeah,
say it's not going to be a bad thing. So I get completely why like it would do well, and also it's one of those where you've all got different aspects. Like you're the old washed, you're the Hanny Rambod. That's and then you've got Josh is the up and coming sort of like a bit more not like modern, but he's a younger lad. He's got probably fresh ideas and stuff like that. And then obviously Noah, he's been with you now for enough time where you've got a real close knit relationship. And then the posing coach, which you've already known as well. So yeah, when's that getting announced?
I think Monday.
Okay, sweet. Are there any other? Have you got any other ideas to bring on any other further coaches in the future, or is it just going to be you? Like,
Depends on how well things go, mate.
yeah,
Like, I mean, if it gets to the point where like we're flooded with inquiries and we're all full, like I'll never say that I'm full because you get sometimes you get
yeah,
really good
never.
applications, and I'll never say no, I can't. Like, but you know what I mean. If it's like we're all like okay, like we're really busy, then yeah. Obviously, the next one would probably be a female, so I'd have to then think about who that would be. But this was like the goal was like actually create a team. You know what I mean? And like and then it's more than me. Like FK Physiques was great and it served its purpose for the past what like 5 or more years, 5 6 years or whatever it was. It was class. But it was still me. You know what I mean? It was still related to me, and I kind of wanted to come away from that and be like a bigger thing. Like in years to come, somebody can apply for natural physique coaching and they don't even know who I am. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I want to
Yeah.
come from it, in the sense of like it doesn't just have to be reliant solely on me,
Yeah.
which I think would be cool, especially when we're doing our own thing with the gym as well.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking about that, we can speak about the last year. Yeah, we spoke about it. If you guys want to know, we did some. It was on like some fan channel podcast, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Like,
weird.
yeah, we got a message request, and we were like, we got a little bit of time. It's Christmas. We might as well help out, do a bit of charity work for the year. We both were overdue for some charity work, so we helped out. I think it's like board shot.
Bum sex boys, I think they call
Yeah,
it.
bum sex boys. BS something. I don't know. We did a podcast with them. We spoke.
Logo is really good.
Yeah, yeah. I still haven't seen the logo. I don't know why. I need to go check it because Finn was like, logo was so hard, boys, to put on
Because
camera.
I made it on Canva and it took me like 5 seconds.
I'm gonna actually have a look. I'm gonna get it up now. But yeah, we spoke more about the gym there. So if anyone does want to go and listen to that bit, then we can do. But I mean, should we give a bit of not an update, but do you want to have a bit of a chat about that? How that came to fruition? The Unknown Project 2025.
If you want to, yeah.
Go ahead, mate. Floor is yours. I want to see the logo.
The logo thing, I went on to like see if they had a logo, and I was
Oh
going to
yeah,
try and like
yeah,
obviously like screenshot it and then put it onto Canva. But
yeah,
I couldn't get the actual logo, so I just realised it was just writing and literally did it straight away.
yeah.
Anyway, so Unknown Project. I think we'd spoken about it like now and again, like over the years, like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like, yeah, it's something that we'll look to do. Obviously, in lockdown, we trained in the shed in Reese's garden, and like ever since then, I think we always kind of said like, oh, it'd be cool if we had our own gym, wouldn't it? Like, what would we have? What would we want to do to it? And then like, are they the questions on the gym?
Yeah, from the yeah.
Don't answer any yet because I wanted to speak to you about that because I think we need to make sure that it looks good. Like, I don't want it to just be like I
I
want to
wasn't going to.
crowd.
No, I'm gonna answer a few, but I'm just gonna literally only answer like the ones that are very very vague. That's what the plan's gonna be. Like, I wasn't gonna answer like I don't
No,
know,
I'm just thinking
prices.
about like making social media look
Yeah.
class.
Oh no, I want to. I'm just thinking at the start, just put some simple sort of stuff out there, and then nothing major. I was actually going to answer like two or three, like location, as we said, Midlands, like stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
like simple sort of stuff. Prices,
So we've spoken
£100
about it quite a bit. And then basically, said it on the other podcast, but basically, like one day on Reese's close friend story, he just put like a photo on, and it was just like loads of money, like loads of cash, like on his bed, or Sanaya was holding it or something. And then I saw him that day at the physio, and was like, "What was all that?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm just buying some gym equipment." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm just buying equipment." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Well, I'm thinking about starting a gym." And then I was like, "Well, why haven't like you spoke to me about it?" And then you said,
Admittedly, the reason why I said to you, there wasn't actually a reason. I had been searching far and wide just to see a good deal, and I found a really good deal, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go for it. Like there wasn't really much thought of like I was searching and getting lists, and like by the time that I showed you what I kind of wanted, it was already like what you'd wanted. Like the kit, I felt like kit's pretty simple. Like good kit, bad kit, especially when you've been in the gym long enough. And I had like a list, and I kind of knew I was kind of getting my sources for everything. I remember even in 2021, I think. Do you remember I sent you through a breakdown of like our like dream gym, like I think like body part for body part. Do you remember I had it on a Google Sheets? I
"No."
sent it, yeah, in lockdown. I wrote a Google Sheets thing up, and I had like the rough price of what it would cost. And obviously, there was a few things that were changing, but I kind of just like had a bit of a spreadsheet. I was like, right, that's what I want. This is where to get that. And like we wanted some like we were. It doesn't really matter, but it's Nautilus Nitro because obviously pin load of stuff. And I wanted that to be a bit of a base that you could work off, so it's not like you're trying to handpick each bit of kit. Because especially with rare gym kit, it's quite hard to find like collections. It's like you have to get like a bit of a package sometimes. So I was looking and I found a really really dodgy ad on not an ad, a dodgy like thing on Gumtree, from a Czech Republic dude who turns out I think everyone gets their stuff from him, but I don't know why he promotes on Gumtree. I thought he'd use Facebook Marketplace or something, and it seemed so dodgy. He was initially wanting to pay on Revolut, and I was like, I'm just going to get scammed. So I said, can I pay in cash? Like, can I pay in cash when you get it? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I had an okay amount of money, and the guy took legitimately an hour and a half to count it. There was many times where we were thinking he was going to drive off with our money. We were going to get stabbed. And yeah, it was going to be a nightmare. And funnily enough, like that day, to be fair, looking back, it was quite cool. I put up a photo on the New Year like summary, and I favorited a video because I can't, for some reason, my Instagram hasn't
Like me
updated.
doing the shoulder press.
Yes, I was going to upload that. That was what I was going to upload. I favorited it because that was one that I was like, I'm going to upload, and I was like, no, I prefer the photo because that's a bit more has a bit more relevance than. So this is it. I want I'll put this on my story one day randomly. But basically, halfway through getting all the gym kit,
Must be on the post.
So for anybody listening, to be fair, we need to get these on Spotify, mate. We need to sort out the issue because
yeah,
people
we
keep
do.
asking me. Sorry for people who want it on Spotify. There's been like a problem with how we upload it. But anyway, so for people who've just seen that, basically the Nautilus Nitro shoulder press and all the kit was wrapped up. Like, so the stack was wrapped, so I couldn't see where the weight pin was. So I was like, oh, I'll just like see if I can move it.
Mm,
It was really deep. The
yeah,
seat was like all the way up, so obviously it was really deep. I couldn't get under it with both arms, so I unwrapped it with one hand and then pressed it. And I was like, fucking hell, I think it is on the full stack. And then I looked and it was. So basically, now my claim to fame is that I unwrapped the full stack with one arm.
yeah, which was fun. And I think that was in between like the kit getting like wheeled off. I think that was before. Was it before the machine fell on the guy's toe?
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy unloading it? The weight, the one of the
Oh, it was
machines. Yeah, and the dude, so where we have it stored, he was helping us because we pay an absolutely stupid amount, mate. We need to get into shipping container. Like,
that is a good business idea.
yeah, because like I say it's a stupid amount, it's not, but it's like for a shipping container, it's like how much? I think I'm paying like 300 quid a month or
Yeah,
something.
we both are. We're
Yeah,
paying for two each.
yeah, which is mental. Like 150 quid just to store something, and it's like a shipping, which I granted will cost a lot, but like it's just there. Like it's a lot of money. Fair play, but it's
On
cool.
his land, didn't it?
Yeah, but the guy that we rent it or like we hire it from is really sound, and he was helping us with his like forklift, and he just comes over and he's like, the machine got stuck on his foot and starts laughing, and he's like 65, and we're just like we're pissing ourselves because this like guy who has literally now got to travel probably 45 hours back, like he's literally got a broken toe. He's not he can't speak English. He's absolutely
That's
buzzing.
mental, isn't it? That he's literally driven from Czech Republic with all that.
Yeah, I know, mental. I don't know how long that would even take. I know Jakob was saying, and I won't go into too many details because this is something that I actually probably want to bring up to you, but I think I might go ahead with it like sometime. But basically, I don't really know how I can say this. There's certain sources that he knows where he can get kit for a slightly like different price that potentially it'd be cool if we were to have either a gym or something that go into some form of partnership in where from the motherland where Jakob's from, where basically you get a container, you get it from America, and then you can flip it quite easily. I'm basically just giving it away, but it doesn't really matter. And he was saying like it's almost a case of all you'd have to do is just get to the right people, and you could easily turn like a good amount of profit. Because the problem is especially with getting kit in, it's just the rarity of it. Like those Nautilus Nitro pieces, let's say they go for anywhere from 2 to probably 4 grand. They're realistically nowhere near that if they're common. Like if you were to go to America, they're probably not that expensive.
Yeah.
But obviously, the reason why they get so expensive is because you have to get it from America to a European country, then into England. So it's like it's always a bit of a challenge, and that's why the price goes up because obviously the rarity increases, the demand gets higher, and also the cool thing about gym equipment is the better the gyms get increases the standard, so it's almost increases the need for elite kit. So it's almost one of those sort of markets where like unless something completely revolutionizes it, like those Nautilus Nitro pieces will be in gyms in 5 to 10 years, and it'll be like they are like legit, like very sought after bits. And it's not just Nautilus, it's Cybex. It's Cybex is discontinued now, so like a Smith machine's only going to get more expensive. A Cybex squat press, already a rare bit of kit, is only going to get more expensive. So if you get in early, but you get the right sources, there's a good amount of either supply to a gym or supply when it comes to flipping it that you could kind of get with, which would be cool. But I definitely think like it's more about the people you know. That's why at the start of the year, I don't know if I told you this. I went on a date with Jakob and I just picked his brain for like 3 hours. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I said to him just like, "Hey mate, this is what I'm thinking of." I said it in January. I was like, when he was setting up B Modified like 2. I was like, "I know you're obviously setting up the new gym. Sometime in Feb, can we like we'll train and then can we like go out for food? I'll buy you food. Like, and can I just pick your brain for like a couple of hours?" And he was like, "Yeah, sound. It was cool." So that's kind of what started it, and then I got sort of working from there. So, as Finn jokes about him carrying the podcast, bro, I absolutely carried the starter of this gym. That's what it is.
Yeah, I will admit that you like had the idea to properly go and be like, right, let's actually do it then.
Yeah.
But you won't admit that I carry the podcast.
I don't know, man. I upload it on Riverside. All you do is the thumbnails right now, bro.
Yeah, that's just because I made you do that.
Yeah, no, and also
Like, I'm
because
not doing it all.
Finn can't afford the. I don't even. Sanaya pays. Sanaya signed up for the Riverside, so I don't know what I'm paying. I have no idea how much it costs. Anyone want to let me know?
It's tonight that's paying it.
No chance, mate. No chance. Way too tight. I pay for everything. So yeah, but that's the gym. We've got real no update. I imagine we'll probably know some more soon, and I would say the second we know, we'll share. We probably won't. That's pretty much that. Just stay tuned. We'll put up stuff when we can, and it will be very, very good. So look forward to it. And to be fair, we've hinted at it for so long. We made it so obvious. The same as anyone who's listening. Does anyone know natural physique coaching? Because I literally said natural physique coaching multiple times, like twice. Like implied natural physique. I definitely implied it for the last few podcasts.
You didn't say natural physique coaching. You said like natural physique coach, and you said like natural physique affair.
No, I said no. And I said everyone knows you like coach natural physiques.
Yeah, but you didn't say natural physique coaching.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's that. Last year, I'd say overall really, really good. Definitely a year taking steps out of your comfort zone. Well, our comfort zones, I'd say. Clients, like best clients that I've had on stage. Business is the best it's been. Like I was again, as much as not everything is about money. Considering like my socials did really well in 2023, I was looking at like just my general sort of like income and how things are. Like I averaged basically my best month of 2023 consecutively, or I had that as a minimum pretty much and above for the entirety of like 2024, which is pretty cool. Because obviously like socials, you always gonna do better when you're prepping. That's quite common, and that kind of gave me a good sort of leg up, shall we say. And then this year's been pretty much an average as a minimum and more, which is cool. And everything's really, really good. So business is sound, life is good. Went away a few times. The only negative really is my knee. That's the only thing. But hopefully, fingers crossed, to get a steroid shot tonight at 3 hours that I'm really nervous for. Pardon, sorry?
Let me know how you get on. I forgot that was tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see. I've googled it. The annoying thing is it says you can't really move the following few days, and it like gets really inflamed. So I might have to take another like a few days off, which is annoying because like I've just trained. I've like had a deload. I've done 5 sessions, and now I had today as a rest day, and then I won't be able to train properly till like Sunday, which isn't the end of the world, but it's annoying.
You'll be fine.
I will be cool. So yeah, cool. Questions, mate?
Yeah, I got quite a few to be fair.
Yeah, so did I. I said so did I, and I went onto the unknown project page, and I was like, "Fucking, I got loads." No, I didn't get that many, but I got a fair few. Right, do you want to start us?
First one from Shay McCall, one of my clients. How many bottles of olive oil spray do you reckon you've went through in your career?
Oh, to be fair, it lasts a good amount of time. It also depends on the individual. If you've got a guy who goes into the overall, not it's going to be a lot. Depends on the skin as well. Like Storm, for example, have to absolutely drench him in it. Like even then, like by the first round, like he'll do 5 poses and he'll look like he's not got any glaze on. I'd probably say 2 bottles, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's because you use mine all the time.
Mate, the one that I asked for last time didn't even work, bro.
You mean it didn't work?
Literally would not spray.
Well, that's not my fault. You should have had some of your own. I'd probably go
Yeah, I didn't bring it.
go through like 6 to 8 a season
Really?
over the past 2 seasons really.
Yeah, I think it depends, to be fair, because like for example with PCA, Maddie, Josh Bogdani's girlfriend, that's the new introduction. Like Ed, Millie's boyfriend. Are they still together, by the way? I don't want to say
Now
yeah.
again, yeah.
Yeah, sound cool. I don't want to say Ed. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know. I haven't seen Millie in ages. I forgot she existed. To be fair, sorry, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, when she was at some of the shows, I basically just said like, look, please glaze Amy. Like this is my client glazer, and the same with Josh. So I didn't have to do any glaze. It was really good for both of them. But like, it depends really on the show. Like Fitex is usually pretty sound if they glaze you well. But other shows, like if it's a busy
do Fitex, do you?
Hmm?
You still have clients do Fitex?
Oh mate, should I not? It's bad for
I forgot it was even a thing.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like I feel like Fitex is definitely like the last year or so. Like, it was very. That being said, the Fit Expo, the things I don't get is the shows aren't that popular, and the Fit Expo, mate, was ridiculous. I'm like, how have they got this sort of money?
Yeah.
Like, It's because the FitX is like that expo was huge. It was way bigger than the PCA expo. It had way more people, and I was like, PCA aren't doing stuff like this. How's that making sense?
Yeah. It has definitely gone downhill though on it this year.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like, to be fair, it's weird now. Like, I feel like obviously with NFM like folding, I know obviously there's like WFF, but like no one knows what's going to be like it. And I know it's a bit of like a beauty pageant contest, as like I think you said or someone said, I don't know. But either way, like it's literally just Two Bros and PCA for like enhanced sort
Yeah.
of.
Matty's got more.
Yeah, literally. You've got PCA Naturals, obviously WNBF, UKDFBA. If anything, guys, do 3 years and do Two Bros Natty, then do a few more years, and then before you know it, Lee will love you when you're
Yeah,
70.
just stay as natty guys and come to natural physique coaching. This is why I've started it because natural bodybuilding's taken over.
Crazy. Yeah, right. Did we answer the question? I can't even remember the question was.
Yes, we answered it. It was about the olive oil.
Right. Best calf exercise if my gym has no good machines. Finn, you calf exercise, mate? You feel qualified?
Toe press.
Yeah.
If you haven't got a calf machine, just do a toe press on a leg press.
Yeah.
Or do a single leg like standing calf raise. Or dual leg if your calves are really weak like mine and even standing body weight is difficult.
Yeah, I agree. I think you know what is actually a really underrated calf movement I used to do when I was young, and I have no idea why, but I used to just whack a load of load on, and it always seemed to like grow my calves. I used to do a seated Smith machine calf raise with a yoga step block. So I'd bring the seat, sit down, and then I'd use like the like a hip pad bar. Yeah, and I put that on my knees. And I used to literally do at the back end of a session, I'd whack on like 5 plates when I was like 16, 17, 18. Do minimal reps. Thinking about it, I wouldn't get them short, but I'd probably just do partials. And that was like the first time that I used to like rotate between really, really heavy and like pump work because we didn't have a calf raise machine. And it was that or a leg press. And no word of a lie, like my calves grew a good amount. Like I remember thinking like I found like a cheat code. So I was like, I noticed calf growth. And then I actually think as well, just for calves, and it's obviously I know it wasn't like what's the best thing to grow calves, best machine, but like I actually think as well being heavy. Every time I've ever been heavy and then come back down, like my calves are like very, very good. And I train them an all right amount, but I don't spam them. I do at most 5 sets a week, 6 sets a week, maybe 3 sets like twice a week. And whenever I've gone from being like pretty heavy to coming down, I'm like, oh, calves are better. And I think a lot of that is just being heavier and carrying a good amount more weight. And then as well, training them progressively. But I'd say do a lot more. Make sure you go through full range of motion. Like calves get micro contractions constantly, so just make sure you train them a lot. And also, calves can do a lot more than I think a lot of people realize. Similar to like biceps. Have your calves ever really been like stupidly sore? Like, I know obviously your calves like you don't really get too much of a connection with, but
They do get sore if you've not trained them for a while.
yeah, I get that. Yeah, so
Yeah, I would just literally like when I've not had a calf machine, like if you think back in the day, like what did we do for calves in lockdown? We literally did like we did like cable calf raises. We'd have like the cable loading weight on a belt and we'd stand on blocks.
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, that was good. Yeah, I remember that's mental. Totally forgot about that. Right, I'll go again because I've got a fair few. If training AM pre-work, how beneficial will a pre-meal be or min difference to fasted sesh?
Depends how early you train. Like if you start work at 10 and you're in the gym at like 7, I'd just get up at like 5:30 and have a meal.
Yeah.
If you're training at like literally 5 a.m. because you start work at 7, then I'd probably just train fasted and just have a decent meal as your meal the night before. And then I'd probably just have like on the way to the gym, have some caffeine, start having your intra shake on the way. Just so you're having like some easily digestible carbs. You can have some EAAs in there. But yeah, like it's going to be dependent on what you prefer. I have some clients that do that. They train fasted and just have a decent meal as their pre-workout the night before. I have some clients who get up early and eat a decent meal before they train. Whatever you prefer. Some people have no appetite for the first like couple of hours of the day, so you better off just going and training. Depends on the phase you're in as well. If you're
What
like,
would you do?
huh?
If you were training at 6 a.m., what would you do?
I'd probably train fasted or train on like a really low amount of carbs. Like I'd maybe have like a squares bar, a banana, and some dark chocolate, and then have an intra workout. So like really small amount.
Yeah, I'd do similar. Like I don't think I'd ever want to wake up at that time and be like, right, 200 carb going in. Like I don't think that'd be beneficial.
But I
But
also
I
I'd still
wouldn't.
have something, even if the last meal the night before was decent. I'd still, even if it literally like I say just an intra on the way, I'd rather have something.
I think as well, like just to like maintain some blood sugar like balance and stuff. Like I think if you're waking up like
I'd say like rehydrating's
yeah.
the most important aspect.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we always say. So, yeah, get your water in, get in some really like low volume, not even really high carb, but like as you said, like I was thinking immediately like a square bar, maybe a scoop of whey and like 2 blocks of dark chocolate. You've got like what 25 carb or 30 carb through the whey probably, 30ish protein, and then 10 fat. Sound like that'd be more than enough to just give you a bit of a boost into the session. Oh my god, mate!
I know.
AJ, wow!
Don't spoil it.
No, no, it'll be this will be
Don't spoil it for the listeners.
no, but we would have already put a story up being like big quiz.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
So Josh,
I'm sorry, Phil. I'm so excited now.
Josh underscore natural physique, not Josh C Fit anymore. Asked Josh underscore natural physique.
Who? Josh Croggan joined Natural Physique. Wow.
No, not him. He's not that.
Oh, yeah.
He asked, "How many Brussels sprouts did you actually end up fitting up your mum's bum?" So I think he's asking you, mate.
Mum's bum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was with my mum on Christmas Day.
No. Who are you with?
Just move on.
Unknown, bro. I don't know. Fair enough, man. Why did you decide not to be with your mum, mate? Did you just not fancy seeing her?
Oh. Should we just move on? Next question.
Yeah, so you didn't fit up any Brussels sprouts?
No, I didn't do it. I did have sprouts though, like chopped up with bacon. It was good, you know.
Did you do your dates with bacon?
I did, yeah. Did you not see them?
No.
Put them on my story.
I was hashtag switch it off, bro.
I actually had dates, took out the stones because I had like good medjool dates. Took out the stones, put in some peanut butter in the middle of the date, squeezed it in with the drizzly one, wrapped it in bacon, air fryer. It was incredible, but really, really sickly.
Yeah, that sounds like, mate, dates. Obviously, I've never had a date. I'm thinking you said like raisins.
No, they're not like raisins.
Peanut butter and bacon. Like that
Not
sounds
like raisins.
wild.
Dates are like literally. Have you ever had? So this is how I see it. You know, like caramelized onions.
Yeah.
So you know, if you were to cook an onion and cook it for fucking ages,
Yeah.
it goes like quite brown and like caramelized. That caramelized flavor is what like a date is like. So it's like sweet. It doesn't taste of onions, but it's like a sweet version like that. That's how I see it.
Okay.
And then basically, yeah, just get out the little medjool dates, get out the stone, put some peanut butter in. Peanut butter and dates together are a great combo, and then the bacon. But the bacon was just meh. If the bacon was good, it might have been like incredible, but they were just a bit too sickly. It was good though. What do you think separates someone from training hard and training to be a BB?
What do you mean? Like,
What
do you have to train?
separate someone from training hard and train to be a BB?
Okay, let's go on the side of
Intent.
Hmm?
Intent.
No, because I feel like you could train really, really hard, but doesn't mean you train like a bodybuilder. You know,
No, I mean, I would say intent to be a bodybuilder. If you're training and you're thinking, I need to bring up this body part to be a better bodybuilder, I need to do this to be a better bodybuilder, that's the difference. Loads of people go in the gym and just train hard, but they're not asked about competing. They don't want to be a bodybuilder. They just train.
I personally don't go into the gym with the. Obviously I wouldn't mind getting.
And you have to.
Yeah,
That's what I would say determines the difference. Like, I don't think I train to be a bodybuilder. Like, I train because I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not going
like,
to the
you've got to
gym
train.
like doing a heavy Smith press, thinking can't wait for my chest to be an inch bigger.
No, I don't mean that. But
Yeah.
I mean it's intent. And to be fair, we do train with intent to bring up certain areas. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
because for example, right now, like if you were to just train to be a bodybuilder, like if that was all, like if you were just focused on training hard, like you probably right now wouldn't train because you'd be like, oh, well, my legs are fucked. You know what I mean? It's like, but because you know that you can't really do that, you wouldn't want to, like you will make sure that you are still training in order to prevent you from losing muscle through your upper body, even though your legs are just diminished.
Yeah, they're awful, mate. So bad. Like, so bad.
I know how it feels.
But yeah, I think you said like intents are good. Yeah, intent's probably the way, but at the same time, like, it doesn't really make a difference. Like,
Yeah,
if you're going into the gym and you're wanting to progress in the gym, which will probably in turn progress your physique, unfortunately, like, you are probably just a bodybuilder without realizing. Like, everyone's technically bodybuilding in the gym if you're training with intent to grow. Like, it doesn't. If you don't step on stage, it doesn't really make a difference. Like, you'll rarely ever go up to anyone under the age of like 30 and say, "Yo, bro, what are you training for?" And like, if it's a dude, guarantee none of them are going to be like, yo, but I'm training for endurance. Like, no, I'm training to get fucking jacked or get strong. Like, that's
You
literally
will get some people who say I'm training for this show because I'm
yeah,
competing.
yeah,
Like, you'll
exactly.
get people
Yeah,
that
I
say
get
that.
that. Okay. Speaking about competing, when will you both compete next? I think the question for Finn is he ever going to compete
No,
again? No. He's getting natural physique coaching. He's going to build up a coach hub and then ride off into the sunset, hopefully. And then after about a month, realise he's like, I've got nothing to do. What the fuck? I need to
run a
go
gym.
back and do some stuff.
No, I said, didn't I? Like probably absolute earliest 2027.
Yeah. That's only 2 years from now. Like when it comes to 2 years literally. Like, so do you really think that you're going to be? Let's say in a year and a half. So a year and a half was the last time you can, or not even the last time you competed. So like when you started prep, it's probably gone quite quick. In a year and a half, do you think you're really going to be like right pre-prep diet, ready to go? Because that will come around quick. 2 years is like not. It's not like a 2027. It's 2025 now, bro. You know.
Yeah, but I also think I don't need to put that much pressure on it. You know what I mean? Like, I think I've learned a lot from previous preps to the point where I wouldn't put as much pressure on it as I did the last one.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to be thinking like, so exactly this amount out, I need to be doing that. You know what I mean? I'd just make sure I don't get really fat. And then when I'm like, oh, I actually feel I'm in a good spot, cool, I'll diet down. And if I want to compete, I'll compete. If I don't, I'll just get back into an off season.
Yeah. I get
You
that.
know what I mean? Like the need to compete isn't there.
Yeah, no, I get that. For me, I'd say literally like whenever my leg's fine. If my legs were like how they were 6 months ago, I would prep now. I'd be prepping now, like most likely. Or I'd, yeah, maybe not now, maybe in a month for like mid-year shows. Because my upper body is where it needs to be. My lower body was kind of where it needed to be, which is a bit sad because imagine another 6 months. Like my legs were actually like pretty decent, like considering kind of where they were. But everything happens for a reason, and God's plan, as we were listening to the other day in the car. So we'll see. Like it's one of those. As time passes, I'm like the likelihood is like let's say I do really late in the season shows. 10 months from now, am I going to be able to revive my legs and then go straight into a prep? I don't know, but I really do want to. I do want to compete because I'm like, I like the competitive aspect. I can do it relatively well. I don't lose my head that much over the last couple of weeks, and I don't ever like finish a prep and go, oh my god, I don't want to do that again. Like I love the process. So and also like, I'm excited because I know I've made a good amount of progress. But at the same time, I'm not just going to prep just to prep if my legs are shit. Like, if I start coming down and my legs are like actually like as much as they'll be better than they were last year, like not last year, 2023, like they'd be better now even if I was to get some fullness back. But I also understand I don't want to be displaying a physique where I'm like going on stage not knowing I'm at my best. Like, you know, if you're doing a pump up pre-stage and you're looking at your legs and you're just like, what the fuck, this is not like I wouldn't want to have the excuse of, oh well I couldn't train legs for 6 months last year and like that's why I didn't win or whatever. I want it where I'm going on and if I win, I fucking win because I'm the best, and if I don't, I need to be better. That's like how I kind of perceive it. So it'll entirely see. I think the plan it should be well for me is literally just get my leg training back, assess the response, and then do prep. If it's a case where, as Finn said, like on the way down, I'm like, you know what, I'm probably naturally too happy. I can wait another year. It's fine, but I would still like to get on stage. So we will see.
Cool. Opinions surrounding clients competing at the same shows.
Oh, I'm probably going to have a problem. Not a problem, but I'm going to have this problem if it's a problem. This year I'll have a fair few, I reckon, men's physique juniors again for like PCA finals. I'm going to try and ideally get them to the different like qualifying shows. And it's obviously within the enhanced realm, so like PCA and stuff, you can obviously do more shows, so it's a little bit easier. Within UKFBA, like within natural shows, unfortunately, like sometimes you are just going to have people, I say unfortunately, you'll have people up against each other. But I look at it and think if you can have someone like Hanny, who has, out of the top three of the last, 2 to 3 years? 3 years? He's had like two of them. Like us as amateur coaches for natural or very like moderately enhanced dudes, we are fine. The main aim is deliver them to on stage at the best that we possibly can, and therefore you just leave it to the judges. I think it's really fucking cool when I'll have clients on stage against each other. There's always going to be, and I quite like as well like running the chances of in my head of who's going to win, what's like what this guy might bring out this guy's flaws or strengths or whatever, and I really enjoy it. Like as much as it's cool if you were to have them all do different different classes and all get wins. Sometimes seeing guys up against each other is actually pretty cool, and I think as well, like from a client standpoint, they actually probably like that competitiveness. Like I literally had Will shared a photo, tagged me in a photo earlier, and Pat Jones going to be doing similar shows to him, and they're both going to be juniors. And Pat literally messaged me saying, "Mate, so excited! Junior men's physique this year is going to be back to how it was a few years back." And I was like, "Yeah, man! Like since Finley and my guys from 2 years ago, pretty much." I was like, last year it was a bit, obviously it was just Cam really for me, but it was like there was going to be a good amount of juniors, and I think that sort of like camaraderie and almost like rivalry helps because it kicks people on. If they're like, I'm going to be up against someone else and they're really good and he's coached by the same coach, they're going to push a bit harder. So I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
I don't think it's an issue in the slightest.
No.
Like, I think the only reason that it wouldn't make sense is if you're like trying to just get all your clients to do the same show because
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know why you would do that. Like, I also think coaches try and put their clients into like different shows just to get more good results, which I don't think you should do. I think you should just put that client into the best shows for them. So
Yeah.
whether that be based on location, based on timeline, based on their goals, like I think you should literally just focus on what's going to suit this client the best. Forget any other client when you're planning what you're doing with that client. Like only other time is maybe if you know you've got a legit like freak of a client and then you're going and putting your less freaky clients into the same show and almost like knowing that they're not going to have a chance of winning. I would almost be like, right, let's put you into these other ones, like so you've got a better chance. Like I get that, but if their goals, for example, if they like, I want to do NPC, I want to, go down the two bros route. I want to try and get an IFBB Pro card, but you're like, oh, but I've got another guy doing that. You do PCA, like,
Yeah.
no, that's not what I want to do. Like, do what the client wants and what their goals, what aligns with their goals.
Yeah, I'll always ask like when I have a call with them or like if I'm running through shows, I'll say to them like, right, what do you want to do? Like these are your shows. I'll
Yeah.
get them up, I'll show them, and then I'll let them make the call, and then I'll say, okay, cool, this guy might be doing this. What's your thoughts? If you want to do it, we'll do it. And most of the time they're like, oh fucking hell, really? That's wicked, man. Yeah, 100%, let's do it. And that's like the response. And sometimes I've had it as well where they've gone, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, well, man, you could still do it, but we could do this one. And then you give them a different option. But it should never be, hey, mate, I have somebody doing this show. And like, I actually, speaking of this is a shit coaching story. Last year, I had somebody that was posed by Sanaya, who I spoke to. I'm pretty sure she messaged me about coaching, but she never went through with it. And her coach put her into a first timer show, but put her into a class that she clearly didn't fit. And it basically was a case where she ended up not even placing, and she looked ridiculous, but she didn't fit the class. And she basically said my coach has a girl in the class that I want to do, so he said it'd be better to do this. And I genuinely was like, please, I know this. It was the first time I was speaking to her because she just did an opposing session with Sanaya, and she wanted my opinion. And I was like, please, I was like, don't want to just say something like that's rude, but like, leave your fucking coach. He sounds awful. And I just left it at that. I was like, because that's fucking stupid. Like, if you have a client who fits a class, you shouldn't be thinking like, especially within the female classes, because men's, it's like, imagine me being like, I don't know, to Storm, like, oh, Storm, we could be up against each other. Do men's physique, bro. Be like, what the fuck? Like, that's awful coaching. So yeah, I don't get it personally. However, I will say Adam Powell desperately needs to, add that Jordan Long. I think they're going to be up against each other. Adam, do not do the same shows.
Richard.
Are they not? Hmm?
It's not Jordan, it's Richard.
Oh, Richard, yeah. Okay, he put up a story and he was like, could be doing the same shows.
Adam is good. I think Adam would probably beat him.
No, I was joking. I literally messaged him saying, please ruin his peak. Bro, you look flat. 5,000 carbs, 3 days out. Be like, trust me, bro, you need it. You're looking flat. Or just don't feel it. Be like, mate, I actually really like you in this sort of look. This is the look we need to
Super flat. Super flat. You haven't eaten for 3 days. Just keep it going.
Keep it going. Honestly, the judges are going to be like mind blown by this condition. It's freaky condition.
I don't get this question.
Okay.
How many times would someone have to bring up London before you got nervous?
London.
I don't know if that's related to me. I don't know if it's related to you or us or what. But
I mean, I've been to London. You went to London. Who'd you go to London with?
it doesn't make me nervous. You know what I mean? Like,
No, why would it be nervous? Maybe if it was New York, maybe that.
do you know who Josh Dandy is? That's who asked the question.
No. What if someone just keeps going London?
Well, I don't think I'd get
Is
nervous.
it a wordplay? Are we getting like we're secretly saying that we want to like suck
How
someone
many
down?
times would someone have to bring up London before you got nervous?
It's a
Don't
joke.
know.
Yeah, it's like we've got we've said out loud we want to suck someone's dick or something now.
Yeah, I
Like,
accidentally said something, haven't I? When are the natural physique hoodies coming? Soon. I'm gonna get a lot of the clothing sorted for the meetup so people can like see them and buy them in person, and then I'll put more orders in, mate. That's the plan.
so, right. What memory of yours would you want? It said Finn slash Reese, and it was only one N, mate. So FIN, and slash Reese to see through your eyes. So I'm guessing, like, what would you want me to see through your eyes, and what would I want to see through my eyes? Like your eyes? Yeah. Weird question.
Um, trying to keep my, I'm trying to be sensible with my answer.
Yeah. What did you go to? What
How
did
was
was it?
the first time you had sex with Sanaya?
Yeah, I thought the same. I was like, honestly, bro, you want to see it?
Um,
I mean, mate, we could agree. I'll sit in the corner. I'll watch, and
no,
I'll
if,
be
if
rude.
yours would be, what do you want to see that I've seen through my eyes?
But I thought it'd be like no. I thought it'd be like like we were speaking about Niagara Falls. I wouldn't say to go see Niagara Falls, but it'd be cool, you know.
Yeah, so for example, if you'd have told me that Niagara Falls was amazing, I'd be
Mm.
like, my answer would be, oh, I want to see Niagara Falls through your eyes because you said,
Yeah. So it's basically what's a really cool experience that we've done, like I've done that you haven't.
yeah,
So I'm trying to think like off the top of my head. I think I think the CN Tower was cool in Canada, you know, when we went for food. Like, that would be something if you were to go to Canada, I'd be like, please do that. Like, it's overpriced food. Maybe just go and cancel your reservation. Like, go up, look, and then cancel your reservation. Like, that's what you could literally do. That's what we did when we couldn't see outside and it
yeah.
was cloudy. But yeah, that was mental. That was 2 years ago. Like, mate, you know, it's 2 years ago tomorrow that we went to Liverpool.
What? Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. 'Cause that really doesn't feel that long ago. But no, I'd say that. Did you? This sounds a bit random. You didn't watch the World Cup final 2022, did you? You fell asleep for the last. Did you fall asleep?
I fell asleep before, like almost before penalties. Yeah.
Oh no! Did you see the Mbappe like two goals? Then you saw
I
the.
saw. I think I saw his last goal.
Okay, fair enough. 'Cause I was going to say like I thought I remember you saying you fell asleep during that, but that was like that was for football sense. That was really good. When Virgil van Dijk scored the header in the last couple of minutes against Chelsea last year, you know, with the kids at Wembley, like that was a really cool experience. Like, but
League
that
Cup though, wasn't it?
yeah, it's Liverpool. Yeah, but also I think it's because we had kids playing against Chelsea. But no, I'd say like probably Sitting Tower. I'd say was cool. Like that was probably one of the like moments that like you know in the moment you're like, oh, this is actually like really sick.
Mm. Trying to think.
New York, like there wasn't really anything. Stardust Dynamite, you'd love that. It's so good. Honestly, mate, amazing. 150 quid bill for awful food, and you
Right.
just got danced on your table. And you're like, bro, I'm really just trying to eat my meal.
I'm trying to think of like things that I've done. The Malfi Coast was good, but like there
Yeah.
was one point of it to be like, oh, you should like, yeah, maybe like I don't know, Capri was pretty good. Even just the view from like our Airbnb thing was proper cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other things, but I can't really think. It'd probably be cool for you to have seen you competing at that first show through my eyes.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I guess actually, because that was like quite a cool. I imagine that was for you when you're in the moment, you don't really enjoy it, but
Yeah,
like when you're watching, you're like, oh fuck, sick. Yeah, man. For me, it would actually be winning a show on the day. Oh fuck, you won Fitex, didn't you?
I did win.
Imagine. And the winner. Finn Kelly, and he'd be like, oh, I've never heard this before. Wow, crazy! I've only heard it on a
Really
Zoom
sure.
call 2 weeks later.
I feel like I've won more than that.
Nah, just that Fitex, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never not. I've always placed. So
Yeah, yeah. You've always heard your name. It's just never been the last one, other than the Fitex. But anyway, you got
that's
robbed.
not the
You
same
got
amount.
no, you didn't get robbed. What's his name got robbed? The physique guy,
Nick, yeah,
Nick. Yeah, Nick. Nick should have won that, mate.
my nemesis.
Yeah, right. Worst gym you've trained at?
Mm, I feel like we haven't really trained at a bad gym for a long time, have we?
No. Any gyms that we've gone to that was just like, what? That was shit.
No, because we know now
Yeah.
where not to go.
You know what? I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I don't really care. And this was just based off a few shit machines, Shreds. I trained there 2022, 2023. I trained with Tristan, and I don't actually think it's a bad gym. I actually think it's a sound gym. But I used the Atlanta shoulder press that was awful. It was so like abused. It was like it would barely. It was like so rickety. The Smith machine, one of the pegs was fucking bent. And I like remember like again, it's not the worst gym I've trained at, but when I think of like gym experiences where I was like, why is a gym like this got kit that is fucking like broke that people are using, a Smith that's like just shy, and I just remember like being quite annoyed by like some of the kit quality that I'm like, this really should just get fixed or this should not be in use. Like it was very rickety. It just felt like the kit had just been like not looked after. So it's not the worst gym I've trained at because it's harsh, and like, obviously I know a few people that train there and stuff like that. But like, if I was to think about negative gym experiences, that was one where I was like, yeah, this is
I've never
bad.
even been. Not
Yeah,
allowed. I could go now.
yeah, you could go, mate. You go, best mates. Reese, my other best friend is Reese.
Um, I'm gonna say probably, and it's not a bad gym, but it was good when it was when I needed it, but probably Dynamite.
Mm,
It wasn't awful, like, but for the actual like equipment and like it was fine for what I needed and for getting out of Pure Gym to go and train and stuff when I worked at Pure Gym. But like, if I was to train there now compared to like what where I usually would train, it's like yeah, it's definitely
yeah.
not up to scratch.
I told a client off today for they basically said about like being in a they were like didn't want to do a session in a pure gym because my gym was closed on New Year's and I don't want to waste a session in pure gym, and I was like, bro, I'm not being horrible, but like I'm a lot stronger than you. I could train and progress in a pure gym. Like you need to get like I don't like the mindset of like if we were to have to train out of the worst gym, I think we'd said before we'd still be able to make progress. And
Train anywhere, like
like
especially
I don't think a pure gym
train
it
anywhere.
speaks for I don't think like, a pure gym says immediately that's a shit gym. I just think it's not the best equipped, but it's
No, it
still a gym.
sounds really like cables are all right. Like you got dumbbells, barbells. Some of the machines are actually pretty good. They're not too bad at all.
Yeah.
Finley Thornton asked, "Are the recent changes an excuse to post more reels? Not complaining. Fucking love reels." So yeah, that's it, mate. It's just to make more reels. Gonna like that's the reason that we've made like announcement after announcement after announcement is just for more reels.
Yeah.
That's all it's about.
I need to get. Sam has not sent me my reels still. I'm going to message him, but hey, mate,
Busy working on mine, mate.
what reels?
My exciting reels that are coming out
Ah. What, from the 20th?
from when
19th?
we filmed. Yeah,
Oh, have you not got your reels yet from that then?
I've got most of them, but I've still got more.
Okay, I've got zero reels from the day
Yeah,
after.
yours isn't as important as mine.
I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. To be fair, actually, no, mate, they're reels. There's no priority. They're
I
exact
did
same.
pay him a lot.
Did you? Fair enough. And
Yeah.
also, to be fair, mate, you paid fucking House of Gains
Oh
way
mate,
more money.
paid House of Gains like 175 quid or whatever it was.
Got robbed. Um, what feedback do you give to clients that nail every variable and make steady progress after a while? What feedback do you give? Good job, bro. Keep it up.
Yeah, to be fair, like when I have clients that are just nailing it, like I'll just show them the progress like visually because usually if you're nailing everything, you're making good progress. So I'll just
Mm.
sort of show them side by sides from like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and just sort of remind them that what they're doing is working. Like show them their training progress, like because it's very easy to get a bit bored and just think, fucking hell, I'm just doing the same thing. And if all your feedback is like, yeah, cool, see you next week, like you can get a bit bored and it feels a bit monotonous, like you're not actually moving forward. So I'll try and remind them that as much as it's boring and as much as it feels like you're not really getting anywhere, like you are, and
Yeah.
just like trust that process of. I'll sort of have them track multiple things to actually show, even though you might not feel like you're making progress, like you can see from this, and this, that you actually are.
Yeah, I'd agree. I also think as well, like a good coach should be able to try and bring out even like their strengths to an even greater extent. So like I'll always try and have a bit of a challenge of like, right, this guy's like nailing it, but like, are we really? Because the
Yeah,
amount
how
of
can you
times that
do
like, yeah, people like will be like, oh yeah, everything's been sound, and then you look at their gym log and it's like, oh, you've done the same load on this movement 2 weeks in a row, and that's not maybe physically, but it's more so mentally. Like I think again that sort of there's always more you can be doing. Like I look upon even like with my training now, like the last 6 months, has my upper body training been really, really, really good? Yes, it has been. Like I'm the strongest I've been on all movements, and my upper body's the best it's been. But like I even then question, could that be better? Like I've recently changed my split slightly. I'm doing more frequent sessions, all that sort of stuff. So I think there's always more you can kind of get out of it. I don't like to say to clients like, yeah, man, you're doing sound, and that's that. Like that's not good coaching. Good coaching is getting the most out of everything. So, yeah.
Jack Kinsey-Clough asked, would you rather be one of the best coaches in the industry or one of the best bodybuilders?
I think long term body like coaching, just based off like it gives you greater time in the game. But I also think like the likelihood, as we said, of us being Hanny Rambo is just not going to happen. So I'd take personally bodybuilding if I was to be given them. But again, you only have a shorter shelf life, so it really depends.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at it, well, it's a difficult one. I think if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, it probably is. It's probably bodybuilding for both, like for
Yeah.
enjoyment, for like sponsorships, for yeah. The only thing is you wouldn't have as long of a time working, but if you were still a ridiculously good bodybuilder, you could probably from social media set yourself up anyway.
And can I think this is maybe this again a controversial thing, but it's probably the case. I honestly don't think if we were to go to like let's say the peak of our coaching career, we'd be much different. Like I don't think I'd level up in 5 years to be able to coach so many people better. It is still a very simple process, and all you get is different sorts of peaking methods and different experiences. And 100%, we'd be both a lot better in 5 years. But I don't think it'd be the sense of like in 5 years, or let's say if we randomly became the best bodybuilder we could, like there's a bigger sort of step, if that makes sense. Like
You're saying you're closer to being the best coach than the best bodybuilder.
Yeah, definitely. I think anyone. I think you are as well. Like 100%. Like if in 10 years you're not going to discover this new magic secret, the only thing that changes is just the people you work with, and you get people with more like
Your experience gets better, your decision making gets
yeah,
better.
oh, a million percent. But I also think as well the clientele that comes to you like doesn't really make a difference. Like if I had, let's say, 100 versions of Amy, Storm, and let's say Jacob Tipper, like and Will Holmes. They're the four people that immediately spring to mind when I'm like, for what they do, they are genetically extremely, extremely good. I coach a lot of people as well with really, really good genetics. There's other names that are coming to me now, so I apologise. There's loads, but like those four, if I had 100 versions of them, I would immediately like look at Storm's progress in 6 weeks. I look like the best coach ever. He looks like the best athlete ever. He's just genetically fucking ridiculous. Same with Amy. Like and there are people that are better than both of them. Look at Axel. Axel's coach would probably look at himself and be like, "I'm the best coach of all time," because Axel puts on 20 pounds of tissue, loses
Yeah.
40 pounds of body fat every single time he preps, and trains 6 months of the year and doesn't train for the rest of it. Like, there's a lot of stuff there that I look at and I think, like, again, it's the people you're working with, and as much as experience is important, I think especially within where we are now, coaching wise, we're not going to be, I'd say, unlocking new levels as much as it sounds like a bit negative, and I'd love to be like, we're going to be so much better. We will be, but that's because of the people we're working with in experience. But the process stays the same, and I think that's probably an honest answer regarding where you're at. So 100%, we're closer to being maxed out coaches than we are
Yeah,
bodybuilders.
I think more so within bodybuilding, you're more restricted by your genetics, whereas within
Yeah,
coaching, like I don't think you're really restricted. Like, yes, there's people that are going to be maybe sort of better in regards to having more of like an eye for it, you know what I mean,
mm.
and knowing what you're looking for in terms of a physique and weaknesses and sort of things like that. But I think you can become a very good coach through hard work and through sort of just putting in the time, the research, gaining the experience. I do think within bodybuilding, like you are more restricted by genetics. You can put in loads of hard work and make loads and loads of progress, but some people just aren't genetically going to be great bodybuilders.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Hello, Sana.
Hello.
Everything all good?
All good.
Sound. Right, next one, mate.
We need to wrap it up really, mate, in the next
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
Cool.
Um, Trying to pick a good one. If you could have one piece of equipment from each of the top brands, what would they be? Let's finish on this one because we can relate it to the gym.
Okay.
Sorry to anyone whose questions haven't been answered. We'll answer them in the next one.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go.
So let's name the brands and then go through. So one piece from, let's say, Cybex.
Smith.
If you could only have one Cybex machine, you'd get the
Yeah,
Smith.
Cybex Smith.
I think I probably would. Maybe the Hack, the Mark One Hack, but that's more so just because it's a cool machine. Like for
Yeah, I
my own
don't
training,
think
I would
the
get the Smith.
Smith is close in comparison. Like, I don't look at the other Smiths. You're gonna take a Nautilus Smith? No, you take someone else. So you're gonna end up with like a fucking Matrix Smith, bro. You know.
What are we classing this as if we were to make a gym out of it?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I thought the question was. Really, wasn't it?
No, if you could have one piece of equipment from each of the top brands, I thought we were just picking the best piece.
Oh no, I was thinking like I'm comparing to other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit more fun.
Nautilus,
Mm, shoulder press comes. Maybe the pull down, maybe the row.
maybe the pec deck, rear fly.
Yeah, nice, good pick. Uh, they're all like just really sound, aren't they? They're not like anything.
I'd say the shoulder press or
Yeah,
the fly rear delt.
yeah. I'd go fly rear delt for the hybrid complexity, probably. Like they're both really good, and they're
You
very
could do a
like
shoulder press on the Smith.
yeah, exactly. Right,
You know
Strive.
what? A Cybex Bravo cable.
Ooh, yeah, you might have won that.
Because there's other
But
Smiths you could use.
also, is that just as being geeky when in reality a cable is a cable? Like,
I know, but it's a good cable.
yeah. I feel like if you had a matrix cable, you're not gonna go, oh, I've got a shit cable.
Yeah,
You
true.
know, you've still got a decent cable. Where like I think the step is, yeah, I'm still gonna say Bravo's a good one. Right, we've got hammer strength.
The linear leg press.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout. When you say linear, 45 degree, or do you mean like
Yeah,
the hip? Mate,
but
the dual leg horizontal press
I
is
don't
good.
like that.
You don't like it? Okay, fair enough. I quite like it.
Nowhere near as good as other hip
Mate,
presses.
you know the hammer strength hack squat. Pretty sure that's better than Cybex. Everyone says so. Google it.
Yeah, that's called a linear hack. To be fair, yeah, it's better
Yeah,
than any
linear.
best hack in the world.
Let's hack in the world. Google it. Doesn't hurt your knees at all. I
Google,
remember. I think I was like, "Oh, this hurts my knees." Doesn't hurt anyone's knees.
Google it. It doesn't hurt your
Google
knees.
it. The Cybex hack. Everyone's
It
Google
hurts my knees. No, it doesn't. Google it. Okay.
it. Right. Strive. Yeah, strive. Strive slash prime. Let's do both. Or do you want to do them
I
individually?
do them separate.
Okay, strive.
Drive, I would say the row,
Yeah,
the low row pin loaded. Prime, I would probably say
a row.
seated row.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both of them.
you'd be sorted with those two. Like,
Yeah, Jim Lecco.
I mean, at the minute, I am liking the hip press.
Yeah, I'd go hack here, be it based off what else there is, because I don't want a matrix hack. So
Yeah, but I'm not thinking of that. I'm just thinking of the best piece
okay,
because it is saying if you could have one piece. Don't think of it as we're making a gym.
okay, sound. Yeah, Jim Lecco. Hip press is good. Hack's good. Leg press is good.
Wide
Yeah.
chest press is good.
Chest press is good. Pendulum's good.
All five
Those
are
five
good.
pieces. Those five pieces really are
Really.
probably the best from Jim
Best
Lecco.
in the game.
Best in the game, 100%. Yeah, moving on. What else? Matrix. Calf
Uh,
rate.
Adductor.
Adductor's good. Calf rate's good. Preacher curl's good. Mate, Matrix fucking way better.
Not bad.
Watson. Oh, can we choose none? The
No, I'd have that Watson cable. You know, the dual cable where you can move it up and
yeah
down. That's good.
yeah that's really good. That it's massive though, but it's really good. Like I'd also say the T-bar pretty sound. Like that's pretty
I'm
good.
not a massive fan of it.
I'm not, but I think it's sound. Like it's
What
passable.
about the Jim Lecco T-bar?
Yeah, that was actually one we missed out from Jim Lacko, both in this list and in another list, which is a bit of a shame. Precore,
T-bar.
T-bar, yeah. The seated hamstring curl that we used in Gym Doc, that was really good.
That it's very much. It's not the exact same, but it's very similar. The one at Ultimate that I used yesterday. It's good.
Really? Oh yeah, I used that as well.
It
Yeah,
was really good.
pretty good. Right, we said them all. Like what else have we missed out? Anything?
Arsenal strength, leg press.
Yeah, I'd say leg press. The low row ish is okay, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's all right.
Booty builder.
Bodybuilder.
They have quite a lot, you know. They have a standing hip thrust, they have an abductor, they have a belt squat, they have that hip extension. That hip extension machine's good
How the hell do you know that, mate? I'm surprised with that.
because they've got it all at Rezo.
Okay. We said everything now? Techno gym?
Calves.
No, there's not a calf raise techno gym.
There is. I used to use it at thingy, at Hollywell.
Really? What is it? Seated? Standing?
Yeah, it's a seat. It's like a hybrid. It's like the one at Premier. That's like not.
The pivot press isn't awful. It's not great, but it's
Yeah, like the
passive.
shoulder press and the chest press. They're up with the sound.
Yeah. Sterling? The Raheem Sterling?
Shoulder press, the only thing that they do.
Yeah, it's awful. No, they do the chest press. We did the chest press when we were in Cybex gym. Do you remember?
Oh God, yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah. Awful. Yeah.
All right, that's it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we got M Tech, like Torture, Power Tech, or whatever, but we
Yeah,
didn't really.
I mean, the incline press was all right on it.
Yeah, I told you about
Like
podcasts that clearly being sponsored by them. Did I tell you about that?
what?
You know Jay Cutler's podcast. He's
It's-
clearly sponsored by them, and it's really obvious because they literally said in one. I swear I told you this. They were like, because obviously he has Fit Club in Vegas, and clearly they got that kit. And he was literally on a podcast maybe a few months back, being like, "Wow, imagine how good we'd be if we had Power Tech gym equipment or New Tech gym equipment. I think it's called. Amazing. I'd be so much better." And they were like, "Oh yeah, that chest press, bro, amazing." And I was like, "The kit's shit. The kit is not that. It's not shit, but it's not that good." You know.
I think the incline press was nice. I think it's decent, but it's not amazing. That row that we used was shite.
Oh yeah, the one that was like you had to have your legs like a frog, and you had to like condense yourself in a weird position. Yeah, not the best. So yeah, that's that, guys. Hope everyone's enjoyed. Just over an hour Q&A, year roundup, all that sort of stuff. And now I've got about 2 hours to get really anxious over a needle going into my knee. So yeah, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck.
Let me
Right,
know.
when do you want to upload this? Do you want me to upload it like now so we can get it out for tomorrow?
Yeah, just let me know when it's on.
Cool. Right, sound. Hope everyone enjoys. Anything you want to leave us with, Finn?
No, just stay tuned for the quiz coming
Yeah.
soon.
Cool. Right. Catch you later, guys. Bye bye.